visiting Georgia to see where she's going to move in a few months. This must have been, I don't know, September 76? End of 76 sometime. We took a ride up to Dahlonega, Georgia. Here's the Dahlonega courthouse. I was going to say I was babysitting at the O'Hara's and also at the McKinley, Saul McKinley's house for months, and I saved a lot of money, and IBM paid me a per diem about 70, 80 bucks a day. So I was able to bank that. Stopped at Oak Ridge, Tennessee on the way up to Cincinnati. So I think I switched cars with Adri this trip. There's Karen looking through the window of the apartment. And I brought down a bunch of furniture that Adri had shipped back to Cincinnati for me. Hello, Michael. Outside the apartment. And here's the dog, the beagle that eventually was given to Herb Jones' brother-in-law, right? Used that Volvo for bringing down furniture, and when I got it to Atlanta, the universal joints had gone. So I gave Adri the rental car that I was using from IBM and spent a couple $100 to fix up the Volvo, the universal joints, and then drove it back to Cincinnati in a lot better shape than when I had driven it down. Did a lot of traveling back and forth to Cincinnati for about a year for married Fulke. Then the kids would come down to Cincinnati since we had a 3-bedroom, 3-bath condominium before we moved into the Dunwoody house on Delrose Drive. There's some of the beautiful scenes, countryside in Tennessee. I made a stop on the way back. Here's the Vega. I guess I gave the Vega to Adri that trip. Bob Quasha. I had a business reason to bring Bob and paid his way down to the Executive Briefing Center for him to make a presentation to us. And the Atlanta Falcons probably. And there's Margie and Tommy at must be Stone Mountain, right? Another one of our trips to Stone Mountain. Made dozens of them there. You buy an annual ticket and then it's good for the whole year to get in and out. Beautiful picnic grounds. Still under construction, the garden area. There's the famous 3 Confederate officers. Stonewall Jackson on the horse, Andrew Johnson, and President of the Confederacy. Stone Mountain was a good place. Enjoyed that. No, 1125 Johnson Ferry Road was the number of the condominium number I bought. I don't think we must have moved in there if the kids were down, yeah. I think there was a big fireworks exhibition. Oh, now we're picking cotton. This was fun. Michael and Tommy, Margie, I think Karen was there. Stopped at a field. We were driving down to Plains, Georgia, Jimmy Cotta's town, and we saw this field that a machine had gone through, but there was still plenty of cotton balls in there. So we went into the cotton fields and said, okay, you boys and girls, pick cotton. Pick cotton till you drop. Michael got a bunch of them. And we stopped at this famous Civil War museum site. Andersonville Prison was really infamous in the days of the Civil War. Of course, the rebels didn't have enough food to feed themselves, much less prisoners, so the prisoners really suffered terribly. And they say there was a lot of torture that went on, but probably no different than in any other war, the way prisoners are treated. This is where the rebels held the enemy prisoners. A lot of memorials here again to the states. Here's the Ohio Memorial. Oh, good jump, Michael. Do that again. Michael's quite a jump. He even knows how to jump backwards. Very good, Michael. He jumps forward and backwards. How does he do that? What an athlete. Jesus, he can jump forwards and backwards. Looks like Batman. Batman, do it again. Boom. What a clever guy. He is a good kid, isn't he? And the tape is moving right along. We're at 3067 where that occurred. on the tape. I think we'll see some tunnel. Yeah, there's some escape tunnels dug by the prisoners, 1864. They also had the prisoners digging wells. So I think as they were digging the well, they also tried to dig an escape tunnel to fool the rebels, but they didn't fool them very much. Kids climbing all over the statuary, desecrating the memorials to the dead. Sort of a dreary day, but we had a lot of fun. Kids were running around like puppies and kittens. This is a good idea. Stop every couple hours, let them get out of the car, stretch their bones, move their muscles, have a good time. Margie's up there. Ooh, look at Margie doing a dance. Karen's doing a dance. Da 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 da. Cute, Karen. Oh, she's a cheerleader, that's right. Was she going to Walnut Hills or that private school in Cincinnati at the time? There's 3 dreary-looking soldiers there, not very happy. Well, that looks like a famous actor, guy on the right. What's his name? Black guy. Some of the headstones of the fallen Union soldiers were buried right here in the prison. Something like 10,000 of them died. And there's peanut country, goobers. Goobers are peanuts, you know. Did you know that, Nikki? Margie, Tommy, and Michael underneath the Plains, Georgia sign with a big smile. We're going to see, there's Jimmy Carter's flag. And we're going to stop in Billy Carter's service station. Look at that. There was something called Billy Beer. I bought a 6-pack of Billy Beer there, I think. Kept the cans up in the attic as souvenirs. There's Michael and the kids standing in front of the... this is the gas station, and they had sort of a bench there that you could sit on and schmooze a little bit. Then I took the kids to Warm Springs, Georgia's famous museum where... Oh, and now I'm going down to... We're in Florida. This is St. Augustine, Florida, with Fulke. I think I took her down the fall of '76 to meet my dad and Ruth, her future in-laws. And on the way to Boca, we stopped at St. Augustine and played the tourist. There's the oldest wooden schoolhouse in the United States. Took a visit there. Fulke's walking in and out of these. We think they're antiques. I mean, this is modern stuff in Germany, in Europe. Only a couple hundred years old. Okay, we're at the Kennedy Space Center. It's somewhere February, March time frame, 1977. Kennedy Space Center used to be called, or first it was Cape Canaveral, then it became Cape Kennedy, then it went back to Cape Canaveral when the people protested 10 years after JFK's death, but they renamed the Space Center the JFK Space Center. And there's the largest building in square meters, internal square footage in the world, which is the assembly point. And yes, it is working this time. Had a little mishap in recording the last go-around. Largest assembly, this is where they assemble the rockets. And there's the launching platform that they build a rocket on the launching platform, then they tow or move the rocket platform onto the launching pad. Quite a construction capability. And those dots on top of the building you'll see in a moment are hawks. There are hawks living on top of that huge structure. And this is the rocket just prior to assembly or for tourist purposes to show the way it looks as it's laying on the ground. The booster rockets, and then into the outer space rockets, the launch platform, the secondary third stage is there, and the fourth stage, and then at the very top is the astronauts capsule. So there must be 5 pieces, and there's the hawks again. You'll see them flying around. Really an amazing sight to see these hawks looking for little animals and then flying all the way to the top of that building and building their nests up there. That's the tractor that does the pulling. 3 or 4 miles an hour it pulls these huge